As we're approaching the end of the contract extension deadline, I decided to sit down with Rajon Rondo just to see where he currently stands. And of course, if we can come up with a deal right here, right now, we won't have to worry about any competitive offers during the offseason. And to my surprise, Rajon Rondo wanted to have $50 million to come in as a sixth man. Now that is an awful lot of money right there, but ultimately we agreed upon $33 million instead. And if Rajon Rondo really wants to come off the bench in the upcoming season, we have to see if that is going to work out. But talking about things that are working out, it is definitely the acquisition of Andre Drummond. He has been super excited to be on this team, and ever since he joined our team, we have been winning games. Look at us, we are currently the 4th ranked team in the Eastern Conference, and looking at our point differential amongst all the teams in the NBA, we are currently ranked 6th. And ever since acquiring Andre Drummond, our point differential has increased tremendously. We have seen an increase by plus 2.3. And on that note, let's hand it over to Shaq and Ernie.
Boy, the Cleveland Cavaliers, not only do they have LeBron James in the fold, but also they have really struck it rich with the lottery, getting the number 1 pick 3 out of the last 4.
Yes, LeBron, Kyrie Irving, and the number 1 pick. Very interesting, Ernie. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, maybe 5, 6, 7 trips to the finals for the King.
Now who's getting carried away? Ready to tip it off. Let's go to Kevin Harlan.
Thank you, Shaq and Ernie. And as we're going up against the Cleveland Cavaliers in tonight's game, you already know we need to bring our A-game tonight. Kyrie Irving, LeBron James, and Kevin Love, they are definitely no joke, especially in NBA 2K15, because if they want to, they can score buckets whenever they need to. Right there, we're starting things off pretty well with a mismatch with Andre Drummond going up against Kyrie Irving, but overall, it is just so difficult to play against these Cleveland Cavaliers. And it's very, very difficult to explain why that is exactly, but it just feels like whenever you're going up against this team, they are just super, super fast. They're super fast with the way they're running their offense, and they're super fast when it comes to their rotations on defense. And to top things off, it just feels like these games against the Cleveland Cavaliers, they have an extra level of animations that are just working against you. Right there, we had Rajon Rondo going up against Dion Waiters, and look, Dion Waiters, that should have definitely been a foul call right there. His left arm, it was basically holding on to Rajon Rondo's right arm. But ultimately, the Cleveland Cavaliers are just never getting those calls. But at the end of the day, I don't want to sit on that. I want to make sure that we are defeating this team any way possible. I don't really care about all of this holding on, but right there, oh my goodness, come on, Kevin Love. You don't want to hurt my main man, Mr. Giannis, right there. Oh my goodness, that should have been a flagrant foul. I would have loved to see Kevin Love get ejected right there. That would have helped us out tremendously, because at the end of the day, he is a beast rebounder. He is definitely giving us trouble being the stretch forward that he is. And I think, in my opinion, the play that he made against Giannis, it was definitely not at the ball. He was all around his neck with 2 arms. So with that being said, a flagrant foul and an ejection wouldn't have been that big of a surprise. But as we're now running with Marcus Smart at the point guard spot, I decided to check out what life would be like with Rajon Rondo coming off the bench. And so far, we're getting some great defensive stops. And right there, Gerald Green soaring up for a huge slam dunk. And if we can keep up this level of play, who knows? Maybe we might not even need Rajon Rondo. Maybe we're going to trade him. I'm not sure. But if that happens, it is going to be in the next season. Not this one. This season, he is going to be with us for our playoff run. Right there, we got Kyle Korver getting that mid-range jumper to go after running his floppy route for ages. Like I said, these Cleveland Cavaliers, it is almost impossible to run plays against this team because they just love to hold on to those guys that are running their routes. It is almost impossible. But ending the first half on a high note right there with a beautiful layup by Rajon Rondo, we are now sitting on an 11-point deficit going into the second half. So right there, Giannis cannot get that little floater to go, but we got Andre Drummond in the paint right there, beasting and feasting against the bigs of the Cleveland Cavaliers. So now that we got Marcus Smart going up against Kyrie Irving, once again, we are simply simply getting stuck in animations over and over again. I wish I would have played better in tonight's game, that is for sure. Right there, Avery Bradley forcing Dion Waiters to jump, and look at that beautiful find. Finding Andre Drummond underneath the basket, who goes up for a huge 180 dunk. That is the type of basketball that I love to see out there. And as we're running that little pick and roll, you can see Kevin Love. He tried to hold on to Marcus Smart, but Marcus Smart, he is just a little bit too fast. That was a huge slam dunk right there. And I can't help but feel excited about his development so far in this game. Who knows? He might even be our starting point guard in the upcoming season. But right there, Rajon Rondo couldn't get the dunk to go. Giannis missing a wide open layup. And on the other side of the court, yep, of course, Kevin Love is running those fast breaks. And that is basically what we've been going up against these Cleveland Cavaliers. We simply, oh my goodness, we simply couldn't get defensive stops. We were playing great defense. I thought we were getting those loose balls, but ultimately it just didn't happen. Rajon Rondo getting to the free throw line, that is something you really don't want to see when you're approaching the end of the fourth quarter, because he usually misses them. And as we do get that defensive stop right there, something that usually doesn't happen an awful lot, we got Rajon Rondo getting fouled again. And you already know what that means. That is basically not an automatic 2 points. And on top of that, LeBron James ended up at the free throw line. He missed his second shot, but ultimately right here, right now, we are running out of time. We got Marcus Smart getting that midi to go, but at the end of the day, it is a 10-point game, and the Cleveland Cavaliers are walking away with the win. And I have to admit, they did play well, but they are definitely overpowered in this game, and I can't wait to see them in the NBA playoffs. I want to go up against this team. I want to get that redemption. But that is it for me and for tonight's episode. Stay classy, folks. Cheers. Nike.